Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the speedcubing.org podcast. I'm Harry, also known as AlphaCubers.
My name is James, also known as Lunar Cuber. Well, my YouTube channel is called Lunar Cuber, and you should subscribe.
My name is Daniel. I'm the owner of speedcubing.org, and I also have another YouTube channel called Dre Cubing, which you should subscribe to.
Follow me on Twitch, AlphaCubers.
Shameless self-promo to start off the podcast.
Yeah. So, I guess I just want to say we're going to have a guest on next episode. The guest will be announced at the end. So
Unfortunately,
yeah.
we could not be joined by Zach or Millhouse for some odd reason.
Yeah, they said, well, Zach said he could do it, but
He
is
didn't
nowhere
show
to
up.
be seen. He's nowhere to be seen. He died again.
Yes.
It's just a recurring theme. Zach is dead.
Yes.
Okay, so I think the first thing is we should respond to some of the questions or the comments, because there's only one question and like one other comment. So Zach says, "Rip my internet." Maybe that's the problem again today. LMB Films says, "Do you like Beats by Dr. Dre?"
Hmm.
Well, do you?
Me?
Any of you?
No. Well, I don't know. I haven't ever listened to it, and I don't care.
I
also
don't think
never
it's a
listened to
song.
it.
I don't think it's a song. I think it's those headphones.
Oh well, I have no opinion.
I don't own if they're what I think they are, which is the headphones. I don't own a set, so I have no opinion.
I also have no opinion.
Sloth Cubing says, "Lol, don't learn EG1. You can pretty easily be sub 30 without sub 3 without sub 3 with CLO without one looking." And he's right, but I want to learn EG1 just because.
Well, not clickbait.
Yeah, clickbait titles. The YouTube clickbait is too strong. And also, at some point, I am gonna have to learn it, so I may as well. Like, yeah, they were basically the relevant comments. There are a couple of spam comments. Then follow up to the previous episode. Big Sale OH. We set a challenge for us all to do an average 5 with a big sale.
Because I definitely own a big sale.
You don't own one. Millhouse couldn't find one, but me and Daniel did. So, what was your experience of doing an OH average with a big sale? Your average of 5.
It was quite weird, to be fair. I found things like U-perms, where I can usually do really fast, like regripless on pretty much regripless OH, and then suddenly I can't do it regripless because it's so big. It was quite weird, but
yeah. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna do an average of 5, but I'm actually gonna do a bit more, and I ended up doing 80 solves with a big sale 100. So I now hold that average of 12 UWR.
Yay!
With a 29.88. I believe Daniel, you ended when I first broke it with like a 34. You were trying to beat me, and you now hold the average of 5 UWR.
Yeah, I've got 29.36, which I need to update at some point.
So we're UWR holders. That'll be linked in the link will be in the show notes, the UWR page, so you can see that. I think I'm gonna keep practicing because firstly I want to get the average 5-pack, and secondly I want the single because I think with like a lucky, with a bit of practice and a lucky LL, I could definitely get the single. It's currently like 22.
I think I got 23. Yeah.
My
At some
best is a
point.
25 so far.
Hmm.
Something, but I think that was full step, the 25.
Hmm.
Something interesting I found was, firstly, I could only do it with CFOP. The R wide moves and things in LEOR and Rue, the weird move set, I just couldn't, that I'm normally okay on, with normal 3x3, I couldn't do. Because normally I use LEOR for one-handed, but I had to use CFOP. And I also found that normal R and U moves were okay for me. They were like a little bit slower. But whenever I tried to do like F moves and things, I just couldn't do them.
So Harry, there's no Square One FMC UWR.
There's no Square One. I hate Square One. And also, the thing about Square One is it's just ALG. So Square One FMC is just dumb.
Well, you might well try and get the UWR for that as well.
Should we just do that each
9x9
week?
FMC.
Each week we try and get a new WR. UWR.
I might go for 9x9 FMC.
Well, yeah.
So
Yeah.
next week we
even
each have to do get an FMC UWR. Should we try that?
You want me to get 8x8 FMC?
I'll see if I can get Scube FMC.
How long would 9x9 FMC even take?
A long time.
You'd have
In
to
fact-
write out all the moves and things, wouldn't
It
you?
takes me like
Actually-
20 minutes normally to solve it, so...
Nobody's got a 6x6 FMC. I think I'll do that, actually.
Is there a 7x7?
If no one has a
FMC?
Square One FMC, I'll do it.
Nobody even has a 6x6 FMC at the moment. I guess I better do that then.
So I guess our new segment is our weekly UWRs.
It's only gonna last for like maybe next week if we're lucky, and then
It's gonna
No.
last for like a couple weeks while we do dumb UWRs, and then it gets to the ones where people have actually practiced and we fail.
Oh, wait a minute. I could easily get the UWR for 3.5 centimeter 3x3. Nobody else has done that. And 4 centimeter and 4.5 centimeter.
I swear they've been done.
No, you've got 3 centimeter, 4.2, and 5.
Oh,
Nobody's done 3.5, 4, and 4.5.
well, you may as well.
If anybody who's done any of these other ones did, they'd easily beat me.
Are you gonna do do those OH as well?
Oh yeah, I could do that as well. I mean, that would give us lots of content, wouldn't it?
Who are all these random people Who are these random people who have loads of weird UWRs? Oh, it's just a weird podcast.
Well, I guess we can do that for weeks, to be fair.
Yeah, there's so many dumb ones, and like
Yeah.
a lot of them, I don't think are even that hard. Like Scube FMC.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Skew FMC, I mean, single is 7, mean of 3, 8.66, average of 5, 10, average of 12, 12.6, average of 50, 18.75.
18.75 I could easily beat.
Average of 50.
Like, it
Oh,
doesn't
oh,
say,
oh.
like, linear FMC or anything. So, like, I could literally just, like, do each scramble a few times, make sure I get, like, a sub 18 or whatever.
Wouldn't this work on Scube even? Maybe.
I mean, it would. I don't know if there'd be any benefit. I assume it would work on, like, anything. The problem, the dumb thing about the 7 is it's like, oh, yes. It's like having 2x2 FMC world record as 4. That's just the limit of what you're allowed.
Oh, 5x5 clock. If you can make a 5x5 clock, you can...
Yeah, because that's so easy.
Oh, there's nothing for 1x1 clock.
Oh, I wonder why that is.
What's the 1x1 FMC? UWR.
doesn't exist.
Yes.
And I think if we put one on, it would get taken off pretty quickly.
I think it would. I mean, it might not. The wiki is the speed serving wiki is a mess. There are some people trying to sort it out actually, but
Yeah.
it's still pretty bad at the moment.
And Harry, who is the what is the first name and surname of the person who holds the current who invented the method that's used by most 4x4 speed solvers?
Robert Yao.
Right.
It does not accept Rob Yao. Because I originally put Rob Yao and it was like, no, you are wrong. And I'm like, what? And I realised I had to put the full Robert Yao. The other thing we say we talk about each week is cubing news and hardware. What has there been cubing news?
So YJ still haven't released the MGC 4x4, and they said they'd release it by the end of May.
Oh, well,
So
that's...
Well, the end of
they've
May is
got
still like
five days left.
They got 5 days. And then there was We Cube Away. Was that it?
Well, we Cube Away too, yeah. Did you compete in that at all?
I did not, but I believe you guys did. You did, and Millhouse did, I believe. How did you do, Daniel?
Well, I won 7x7.
Oh, nice.
I just gave up on 3x3 final because obviously I'm not going to beat Millhouse. And I didn't see the point in trying to win my own gift card.
Well, Millhouse, I believe, got second, and Micah Morrison won. I think he got sub-8 average, which is pretty impressive if he did, if I remember correctly. And then hardware, the Maylong Scube exists.
It's not called the Maylong Double Scube. Or is that different?
I think they're different technical difficulties.
Yeah, well...
So Daniel died. Maybe Daniel will join back at some point. Should we just continue?
Yeah.
Are you still recording?
Yes. It's currently going for 20 minutes and a half.
And none of that was... and like...
7 minutes was actual content.
Yeah. Okay, so Daniel died. Everyone's dead. So we're doing this. Just me and James.
Yes.
So the Maylong Scube, it exists.
It does exist.
And I like Scube. So I'm gonna hopefully get it and see if it's any good.
I do not.
And
like
I might
Scube.
try magnetize it because I don't think it's magnetized.
Do you think it will be as good as like the flagships or?
Magnetized, I think it could be.
Mm.
I haven't really seen anything about it except for the fact that it exists. In fact, I'm gonna quickly get it up. I wonder if it's. I don't know if it's gonna have indents.
I found it on Speed Cube Shop.
What, normal Maylong?
It's a Maylong set, but it includes a Scube.
Oh.
It's like all the side events.
Yeah, well, in that case, it probably does exist. Well, does it look like it's got any indentations?
I don't think so.
Or like concavity?
No. I'll send you the image from.
Because that's always just put in the show notes if you'd like have a link or something.
Oh yeah.
Because the thing is, for me, I find grip is a very important thing in
Scube.
Scube.
Well, I average like 30 seconds on Scube, so I'm probably...
Yeah, it does not look like it's got any indentations, which to me implies it might be bad.
Yes.
Well, at least for it might be bad because I know a lot of people don't even use the indented caps for the Aoyan or Aoyan. I don't know which it is. But I need them, and I reckon. But I mean, I'll probably still be able to like average sub 6 on it, hopefully. I'll get one and see if it's any good, because it could be good as a budget option. Because there isn't really a viable budget option.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, like even the good Scubes, they're relatively cheap.
Yeah, I mean, like an Allianz, what, 15 quid?
Yeah, look,
At most.
I have an X-Man Wingy just because I wanted to try Scube, but I didn't see a point in getting a budget one because it's only like 15.
Yeah. At the moment, I just tell everyone to get the Aoyan.
I just got the Wingy.
The Wingy's good. The Wingy's good as well. I just prefer the.
I just recognized the name, so I just kind of decided that it was good because I heard it a lot. So.
Yeah, it's. I mean, between the Alien and personal preference, basically. Like, I use an Alien, but Zach uses a Wingy, and I think we average similar.
I haven't touched my Scube in like 6 months.
You should do more Scube. It's a good event.
No.
The other thing I was gonna ask people, is do you watch any, or no? Do you listen to any other podcasts?
No.
So I guess I'm the podcast listener. I've been listening to a few recently. There's a few cubing ones, but there aren't that many cubing podcasts. I feel like it's surprising, seeing it's like a good thing to have podcasts. I think the Layer by Layer podcast is really good.
Yeah, I saw one episode of that with like. That's the only podcast I've seen in my life, not even just cubing related.
Have you not seen the Del Sony podcast?
No.
It's like DG Cubed and Derpy Cuber and Rubik's Cubed and like JR Cube and all them not. It's good, but they've only they uploaded one the other day, but they only upload like every couple of months at the moment.
Oh.
They're really like, they used to upload once a month, and there's like 30 episodes, and now they just like upload
whenever.
Yeah, just like really far apart. I was also gonna just ask people about like, I just thought as a topic we could do each week, so we could just talk about an event and like our tips and like things we know about the event and just experiences in comp and things. I thought we'd start with 3x3. What's your biggest tip for 3x3?
I don't know. I'm not really that into 3x3, but what made me get faster was...
I'm not that good at 3x3 either.
It's pretty much just like, I turn really slow, but then really fast during the last layer.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My biggest tip with 3x3 is learn more algs.
Yeah, well, I don't know what algs to learn. Like, I want to, but...
Do you know full OLL and PLL?
Yeah, and I know, like, half of COLL, but I gave up because, like, in order for it to actually become useful, you kind of have to be able to recognize it from every angle, so... Because otherwise you're going to be doing, like, U to recognize, then another U2 to execute it.
Yeah, well, learn COLL and then learn ZBLL.
Yeah, well...
I don't know. They're not as important. But a lot of people just don't learn OLL and PLL. And, like, there are some 10 people who don't know full OLL, and it's like, why? It's so easy to learn.
Zach doesn't know full OLL.
Yeah, of course he doesn't. I feel that's a very Zach thing. The thing is, like, he's faster than me, but he didn't know for lower. But
What do
it's
you
such
average?
an easy thing to learn. I average like 14.
I average like maybe a little faster. It's more like 12 or 13.
Oh, nice. Like, I think I'm the slowest at 3x3.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, Millhouse is sub 10. So I was hoping he'd be here when we talked about 3x3.
Well, once it comes to the bigger, like 5x5, 6x6, and 7x7, I'm pretty decent
Yeah.
at them.
I mean, Daniel got second at the UK Championships in 7x7.
Yeah, well, you probably know, but I'm unofficially like second best in Ireland at 5, 6,
Yeah.
and 7. Well, not really 7. I don't really like 7x7 because with the fixed center, it's just kind of annoying because you can't just put your centers wherever. You have to make the middle bar. I just don't like that.
I kind of like that because I always get the color scheme wrong.
Oh,
And I mean, it's easy enough to fix, but it's just annoying.
yeah. Oh,
So, this was basically it. We have everything's gone wrong in recording this. We've tried to record this like
3 days in a row.
3 days in a row. We've tried at this point,
Yeah.
and it's not worked out really. But we will hopefully have a full episode with all the 5 hosts. And our guest for next episode is Dylan Swartz, the multi-blind African record holder. He's got a 17 out of 21 officially, which I think is pretty bad for him. He's also a South African national record holder for free blind with like a 1 minute 2, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. His channel will be linked in the description. He's basically very good at blind. So leave questions for him in the comments.
I'm terrible at blind. Like, I can't even memorize that many letters. It's just...
Yeah, I'm not that. I'm okay at blind.
I can't even do
I
blind.
have a 5 blind, so...
What? I can't even do blind. Like, I can't memorize the 20 letters or so you have to memorize.
Wait, do you not do blind?
I've
Do
tried,
blind.
but like I know Ep2 and old Pokemon, but I just like I can't remember that many letters. I don't know why. I always get something like YQ, and it's just really hard to come up with something.
I don't know if I've got those in my letter scheme.
So I've changed Q to CH and X to SH, and it's a bit better, but it's hard to make a story out of it when you get like completely random words that just don't make sense.
I guess. I like memo fairly quickly, so I memo. So I don't need it to be a super coherent story, because it just like, I mean, like my edges when I was practicing blind more, I think I could I could do a whole cube memo in like 50 seconds.
Whoa.
Which it's not good compared to like actually good blind people.
It's
not blind people. Blind software. Just blind people. You know, there's actually a guy who does a blind person who can do free blind. Because he memos with a textured cube.
Oh, yeah.
And then he switches cube. It's kind of mad.
Yeah.
It's like actually insane how he can do that. I might send you the video if I can find it.
Yeah, well, suppose that's the end.
Yeah, so leave your questions for Dylan.
And my channel will be in the description. Subscribe.
My channel will be in the description. Should we put the other... and the people's channels will be in the description.
But they're irrelevant because they weren't bothered to show up, so...
Yeah. We're the only people... They're all dead.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Daniel's been offline for ages now, so...
He's just dead.
Yeah.
They're all just...
Non-existent.
Yeah. good episode. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.